of Southside in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We're on Carson Street for the Pittsburgh Passion, taking on the New York Wolves as your Pittsburgh Passion look to keep the 2024 season unblemished here tonight. Hi, everybody. Welcome inside the broadcast booth. I am Matt Fargo, joined alongside former Passion coach Lou Rude. It's the Passion of the New York Wolves. And, Lou, it's in a Cupples stadium that is so near and dear to so many Pittsburgh Passion fans and players over the years with all the success that has come with it.
Very definitely. We were reminiscing a little bit before the game, and all three of Pittsburgh's national championships came with Cupples Stadium as the home field. And I can say I was here for two of them. And in the entire time that I was coaching with the Passion that we played at Cupples Stadium, we never lost a game here.
It's really impressive, undefeated, and it's really impressive. Hopefully the good luck continues today against the New York Wolves, who are 1-1 on the season, coming off a loss to Division II Baltimore, but they were also the national champions in Division II a season ago. Then they came up to the WFA Pro Division this year. But, Lou, let's take a look at what's going to happen between the White Lines tonight. Your players to watch. We'll start with New York.
Well, we've got their quarterback, Danielle Ayala, and obviously quarterback is always a key position. And it'll be interesting to see how she has transitioned going from the Tier 2 level, Division II level, up to the pro level, because there is a marked difference in the level of play that you get. And that's why they have them tiered the way they do.
On the other side for the Pittsburgh Passion, they love to run the rock, and there's a reason for it, and it's Devin Peace.
Devin Peace, unbelievable. She's currently ranked number 2 in rushing in the league. And listen to these stats. 295 yards gained, 20 carries, averaging 14.8 yards per carry. Her long was 94 yards, which was last week against the Divas. That is the longest in Pittsburgh Passion history. And, oh, by the way, she scored 3 touchdowns this year.
And she really loves the outside zone, and we're going to get to see a lot of that here tonight, I'm sure. Let's go down to the third member of our crew. It's Susie Cole, who has our A-Nation Coaches Corner.
Thanks so much, Matt. I am here with co-head coaches, Teresa Kahn and Lisa Horton. Teresa, you're a part owner. Lisa, you are the offensive coordinator as well. Now, Teresa, you have been with this team since day one. What should Pittsburgh know about the Pittsburgh Passion?
We are so blessed to have, from the women that are on this team to the ownership to the coaches, just an amazing group of people that want to make a difference, teaching life lessons through sport. Franco Harris was one of our owners. We are so grateful for Dana and Doc, his wife and son, to continue their support, and Anthony Misitano. Just tremendous ownership that believes we all want to make a difference with sport. And anybody that's ever been an athlete knows that it can change your life if you use it to learn the lessons that it offers.
And speaking of being an athlete, Lisa, you played for the Passion at one point, and you have been with them since day one as well. But this season, starting out the season 2-0, what's so special about this team this year?
Yeah, I think this group came in right from the beginning in the fall with tryouts. We had a great tryout, had a great retreat, put our vision and our plan together, and the girls have stuck to it and really worked hard in off-season workouts. Great turnout with that, and just from January on, really have seen them come together as a team and really start to believe in each other and believe where we're going to go. And our goal is the national championship.
Well, good luck out there today, ladies. I'm excited to watch this, and you should be too, Pittsburgh. So, Matt, I'll give it back to you.
Thanks so much, Susie, and it's time now for the Pam Health Keys to the Game. Pam Health committed to providing patients with the best care and outcomes. They offer both inpatient and outpatient therapy. Find a location near you. Lou, how do you get a win tonight? We'll start with New York.
If you're New York, number one, you got to figure out on offense how to solve the Passion defense. They have been suffocating at times this year, so you have to find a way to be able to move the football. On defense, you have to stop the run. Everything on Pittsburgh's offense is predicated by the run. If you can't stop the run, it's going to be a long night.
On the other side for the Pittsburgh Passion, I have a feeling that there might be a trend hit.
Yeah, there's a trend here. Last week when we talked or 2 weeks ago when we talked to Lisa Horton, she talked about establishing the outside zone. And Lisa, being the co-head coach and offensive coordinator, she knows what she wants to do. And everything comes off of the run. So they want to establish the run, the outside zone, and then they can go from there. And defensively, it says it right there. Do what you do. That Passion defense has been suffocating. I said that earlier, but it's the truth. They don't give their opponents much room to run. They're leading the league in interceptions, and they get turnovers, they force the other team to do what they want them to do, and that's the key.
Yeah, and I think that you could cue up some Renegade here at Cupples Stadium to get that defense fired up. We're always fired up. The Passion have an Empire state of mind trying to take down the New York Wolves. When we come back, kickoff on Sportsnet Pittsburgh.
Hi, I'm F. Doc Harris, and I'm here to talk to you about women's professional football. I've played a lot of video games, and I've watched a lot of football on TV, so that makes me an expert. I can tell you right now, I know what real football looks like.
Oh, hey, Doc. Thank you.
Good luck this season.
Moments ago, the KPMG coin toss took place. KPMG, a division of global KPMG network of firms that are driving conversations on emerging business issues and opportunities. KPMG bringing you tonight's coin toss here from George K. Cupples Stadium. Wolves in passion. Pittsburgh won the toss and deferred to the second half. So we'll see the Wolves offense to get things rolling here in the WFA. One of the game of the weeks in the WFA Pro Division this week. Good to be back at Cupples. I know we said at the top of the broadcast, Lou, but it's fun to be back.
It very much is fun to be back. So many great memories here. Yeah, we were here for a period of time when the Passion was just doing very, very well. Yeah. 2007 undefeated national champions, 2014 undefeated national champions. I did not coach with the Passion in 2015. I retired as an undefeated national champion. But they went back-to-back undefeated national champions. So, yeah, and as I said in the pregame, during my entire time that I coached here, that we played at Cupples, never lost a game at home, not one. And not only didn't lose a game, but we established a home field advantage here. It was so much fun playing here, and the energy from the people in the stands and everything that went on with just being part of the South Side and the atmosphere here was just great. We really loved it, embraced it, and it's great being back. So many great memories.
A lot of great ones, and the Passion hoping that 2024 is another one. And, you know, we talked a little bit about this 2 weeks ago with the win, a dominating performance against D.C., and then New York that same week goes down to Baltimore. And, you know, we start looking around and going, it's coming down to the Passion in Boston right now, the two undefeated teams at WFA Pro Division, and that's going to be the matchup if Pittsburgh could take care of business tonight. Obviously, there's a matchup next week in Tampa, and that's never easy to do. Go on the road, a great program down there in Tampa with, of course, former Passion star Jen Moody being the owner down there. And its first quarter is brought to you by PAM Health. PAM Health committed to providing patients with the best care and outcomes, offering both inpatient and outpatient therapy. Find a location near you. PAM Health bringing you tonight's first quarter as Cody Johnson has this one teed up, and the Pittsburgh Passion here from Pittsburgh South Side one more time against the Wolves from New York, fielded and bobbled at the 23-yard line. On the return is Amani Thompson. Thompson turns across, and Pittsburgh comes away with the football. Officials rule Thompson down. And we'll take a look at the New York starting offense on the field while we take a look at the Pittsburgh Passion starting defense. That is the starting offense. There's the defense. Zubovic, Niedermeyer, Cash, and Grant up front. The linebackers led by Shelly Nessler and Caitlin Polnick. And then that secondary, how about Danasha Harris with 2 picks last time we saw.
3 overall, leads the league in interceptions, and 2 pick sixes.
Yeah, pretty impressive to have 2 touchdowns on the defensive side. First down and 10 for New York Danielle Ayala, the quarterback for the Wolves, will turn around and hand it off. Maddie Jones gets the carry, and she's across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Give her a gain of 5 on that first down carry.
You'll hear me talk about outside zone with the passion. That was an inside zone that New York ran.
They give her 4 officially, second down and 6. The 36, shotgun for Ayala, a New York University product. Another carry off the right side. Kia Foster gets the carry, and Foster turns to the right side to pick up maybe 2 before she's quickly brought down. Tyra Grant, first one on the scene for Pittsburgh.
Key third down now. Pittsburgh, since they deferred, they want to make sure that they can get New York to turn the ball over here so they can get their offense out on the field.
New York mentioned 1-1 on the season. Got their first WFA Pro win in the regular season opener. Back to Jones, and Jones is stacked up. Kim Zubovic, the first one on the scene, and Caitlin Niedermeyer cleaned up the leftovers.
Zubovic from her defensive end and Niedermeyer from her defensive tackle. They stopped that play before it could even get started in the backfield. And that's what we talked about in the pregame. Do what you do. And that's disrupt the other team's offense.
With names like that, Zubo and Niedermeyer, you know, what's the equivalent, the NFL equivalent of that? I mean, you're talking about 2 of the best to ever play on the defensive front in the WFA. As the punt is away, it's fielded. This is Malarski on the return. Ellie Malarski tripped up at the 50. And we will get a look at the Pittsburgh Passion offense. And it really has been an impressive job by Devin Peace running the football. But Marcelina Chavez is the other key cog in the wheel, getting it to those receivers, Ellie Malarski and Jana Meister. Of course, the Hogs up front as well.
Right. In the miracle she turns in on 3rd and long or 4th and long.
First down and 10. Pitch left side. This is Chavez throwing on the money to Malarski on the far side. She spins her way out of a tackle, and it's down at the 25-yard line. Ellie Malarski. And Pittsburgh opens up with the trick play.
They do.
We haven't seen that before, right?
No, that's what we used to call the junk drawer. And Lisa as well, Lisa being Lisa Horton, is well familiar with the junk drawer trick plays.
Malarski going to get it. Or this is Peace off the right side. Her first carry of the day, as she'll lower her shoulder to get more yardage, and she's going to do so inside the 10 of the pile. A rugby scrum breaks out here at Cupples Stadium as the pile is pushed forward inside the 10-yard line and officially marked down at the 7.
Dare I say it? Outside zone. You can see the replay. And it's blocked beautifully. Peace gets to the outside, cuts back in, and then she just refuses to go down.
Yeah, Gabriella Farrell and Shanae Nesbitt just grabbed on and was hanging on for dear life before finally Malarski, or Peace, I beg your pardon, was brought down. As Peace is in the backfield one more time. They try the left side this time. She's down to the 5.
Not a bad job. If we have the replay here, what you're going to see is she finds a seam. She gets the ball, and now the blockers are trying to get a piece of somebody. She finds a seam, and she plants and goes, and that's the beauty of the zone. It could be anywhere from guard to the sideline where you plant and go in.
Shotgun formation for Pittsburgh. Play action. Keeping is Chavez, and Chavez is into the end zone for the Pittsburgh Passion touchdown. Chavez gets in from 3 yards away.
Quarterback counter that time. And what they did, they faked the ball to Peace, And the H-back, Johnson, came over in motion and then led right up through. And they trapped one of the interior linemen. Do you like that?
I like that.
That's my John Madden. Tribute to John Madden there.
I'm going to see you drawing on this telestrator later then.
I'm going to try.
Extra point by Johnson is good. 10:51 to play. Pittsburgh, first time they touch the football. It ends how we would all want it to, in 7. When we come back, New York gets their second try at it back to Cupples Stadium, and you're watching Pittsburgh Passion Football here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh.
Supportive.
Grateful.
Inspiring.
Connected.
Integrated.
Community. Communication.
Great.
Fun.
Meaningful.
Inclusive. Dedication.
Professional.
Care.
Opportunities.
Excellent.
Passionate.
Family.
Family.
Awesome.
Pittsburgh leads at 7-0. Kicks it back the way of the New York Wolves. On the return is Nehemiah Outlaw. And the Wolves go back to work offensively after punting, going 3-and-out their first series. And, you know, for as much as the offense gets talked about, and this has been the way for the Pittsburgh Passion so often, but I'm equally, if not more, impressed with the defensive performance this season, Lou.
Yeah, they have done an outstanding job just being disruptive, you know, not allowing teams to do what they want to do for the most part.
Ayala from the shotgun with 2 sidecars. Give it to Jones, and Jones tried to stretch the play outside. That wasn't a smart decision. Slicing in is Denasha Harris.
And Harris, who is in the top 10 in tackles defensively, number 8 spot with 22 combined and 22 solo tackles in 2 games.
Her pursuit to the football is what's most impressive. You saw it again there on the replay of how fast.
Oh, she read it. Oh, there you go again, like a rocket, straight in there. Boom,
That's not a
like
sound effect, by the way.
I'm slapping my hands together.
Is Jake paying you per sound effect today?
He might be. Have to get some more in.
Ayala back to pass, throwing a floater out there and overshoots her intended receiver, incomplete.
And she had nobody to pass to, Matt. I mean, great coverage in the secondary. They blanketed the receivers. You almost think she threw that away on purpose because she didn't have anything to throw to.
Yeah, Parada was the closest receiver to the football there. But instead it will be 3rd down and 9 at the 38-yard line for New York. Ayala from the gun one more time with 4 wide receivers set. Little pump fake, now throws near sideline. Back shoulder throw completed. Gina Capardi makes the reception. Harris wraps up, but not before the Wolves pick up their first down of the ball game.
We'll see how the Passion defense reacts now. Having given up that first down, they pretty much had it their way up to that point. Now they've got to bounce back and find a way to shut down this Wolves offense, get the ball back for their offense.
It's a nice throw by Ayala. Not much a defender can do there. Back shoulder throw.
Back shoulder like that is tough to defend.
1st and 10, first snap for the Wolves from Passion territory. Ayala will throw one more time, testing the near side boundary one more time, and hooks up with the receiver who will take it all the way for a New York touchdown. Allison Gandlin. Gandlin takes it in for the Wolves touchdown, and they strike on a big play.
And we'll see 2 Passion defenders hit into each other trying to get over here to cover. and knock each other out and off the play. And that allows the receiver to take it in for the score.
Allison Ganlin makes the reception to give the Wolves their first score. Keep it in mind, they were shut out 2 weeks ago against Baltimore. Extra point coming from Brooke Singer, and it's wide right. Pittsburgh has a 1-point lead. New York strikes with a big play. Passion offense back on the field when we come back on Sportsnet Pittsburgh.
Most individuals, when they have an injury, they want to get back immediately, whether that is getting back to work or getting back to sport or getting to their next yoga workout. We really want to give them pain-free function and mobility as best we can for the extent of their lives, so they can be active, so they can enjoy being with their loved ones.
Welcome you back. Pittsburgh with a 1-point advantage, 7-6 over the New York Wolves. And, you know, I think, obviously, if you're a Pittsburgh Passion fan, you'd love the goose egg. You love the defense to lock it down. But knowing that you have a tough test next week at Tampa and you have Boston coming to town in a few weeks, I'd like to see how the Passion respond here.
That's going to be a key point, Matt. How are they going to respond to giving up that long touchdown pass?
That squib kick was picked up just short of the 40-yard line, so Pittsburgh will have the football. Good field position to start just shy of the 40. The other thing that I don't think that we've seen that Pittsburgh certainly has in their arsenal is that deep ball threat.
Oh, yeah.
They saw a little bit of it.
They haven't needed it.
They really haven't.
That's the key. You know, they haven't had to show a lot of their offense because they haven't had to.
Right.
You can run outside zone for 20 yards every time.
They're going to set up a screen here to Meister. Jana Meister with a stiff arm and spin move. Another stiff arm. Jana Meister to the 46-yard line.
A little wide receiver screen that time, and Meister just took it upon herself to say, "You're not going to tackle me." Catches the ball, stiff arm. Next player gets her, and she's fighting her all the way till she finally gets her down.
Second down. They hand it off, and New York strings the play out. Trying to go around was Peace, and that was right into the plan of Asia Strickland. Wraps her up and throws her down for a loss. It's going to be 3rd down and 9.
That doesn't bother the Passion. We found that out last week against the Divas. 3rd down in line, 3rd down in 20, doesn't matter. We're going to find a way to get a first down.
Find a way.
Here.
Chavez rolling to the right side. Throwing on the money to Meister for the Pittsburgh Passion first down.
Great rollout by Chavez, getting out there, gets her shoulders squared, and Meister just runs a good square out, about a 14-yard route, and Chavez hits her in stride. Good pitch and catch for the first down. Very impressive.
And there was another 3rd down conversion.
Like I said, doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. Got to give a sponsor a 3rd down conversion sponsor because it happens so often. As Chavez calls her own number here and was escorted forward on that tackle as Ashley Moody Astwood on the tackle. Give Chavez 1.
Yeah, that time instead of an outside zone, they ran a zone read. And Chavez ended up pulling the ball. Got about 1. And it doesn't hurt to do that, Matt, because it keeps the defense honest.
Absolutely. 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. 7-6 Pittsburgh the lead over the New York Wolves as motion from the slot. They give it on the jet sweep to Malarski. And here's Ellie Malarski with blockers. Splits two defenders and down inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. Another Pittsburgh Passion first down. Ellie Malarski.
Fly sweep or jet sweep, whatever you want to term it. She comes in motion, gets the handoff, and look at the way they get the corner. The corner is already sealed. You've got blockers out in front, and that gets Malarski to the point where no one's going to touch her until she's about 12 yards downfield.
First down at 10 for Pittsburgh inside the 30. Back to the ground game. And off the right side, it's Devin Peace. Peace, little sidestep of a defender and inside the 10-yard line where she's finally brought down. And Devin Peace showing the footwork on this one.
Credit the offensive line. Great blocking on that. I mean, there's one person out there, and then the receivers. We talked 2 weeks ago about the receivers and the job they do blocking. Again, they did a great job downfield, and that's where you get the big plays, when the receivers are doing the blocking downfield.
It's an injured New York player down.
I think she got off the field, Matt.
Pass should have a first down and goal here. Ball at the 8-yard line. Chavez looking, and just a little bit too far outside of Cody Johnson's fingertip grasp. Will be second down and goal.
Yeah, Johnson runs a quick out, and just didn't get the connection together on that pass.
.435 opening quarter here from Cupples Stadium. WFA Pro action on the WFA Game of the Week. Chavez on a keeper. Chavez trying for her second, and she's in. Twice is just as nice. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Quarterback counter again. You saw Johnson come in motion. She led the ball back through, faked the ball to Peace, and Chavez just tucked in behind Johnson. You'll see Johnson, there she comes, and a guard pulls around as well. On that counter, quarterback able to dive into the end zone. Chavez with a great run. Great blocking up front again by the Pittsburgh Passion offensive line and the H-back.
Extra point from the right foot of Johnson on the hold of Peace. It's good. 4:28 in the first. Pittsburgh, they answer New York's score, and they have the 14-6 advantage here in the first quarter. We are back on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. You guessed it. Right after. One thing about the Pittsburgh Passion fans, they will travel in bunches, and they did so here to Cupples Stadium tonight. A beautiful night in the city of Pittsburgh. And on the return for New York, Thompson carries it across the 30-yard line. They'll set up shop at the 32-yard line. And, you know, of course, coming from a biased person, and I'm sure that
you were me.
I think Pittsburgh has the best fans in all of women's football.
They do. You know, that's one thing. They traveled well. We'd go on the road. In a lot of places we'd go on the road. We'd have more fans. than the home team. and you know, it made a.
That's just kind of a Pittsburgh thing,
it
isn't
is.
it?
They traveled well, and believe it or not, Matt, I can remember where we would have this place filled up on this side, on the home side, completely filled.
Handoff right side. It's Matty Jones.
Flag down.
With a penalty marker down. I believe that's our first one of the day.
I honestly not sure what the call would be. It looks like it's going against New York because they're talking to head coach or co-head coach Teresa Kahn down on the sideline. We'll see. Obviously, the Passion have their choice. But I'm not sure what the call, whether they got a motion or lining up. Yep, there it is, illegal motion. That was the call, and the penalty is being declined by Pittsburgh. As you can see, yeah, somebody just moves there. And that's what happened.
Yep.
Near the top of the screen, you saw one of the receivers move too soon.
That's the worst one to see as a coach.
Another flag, another motion. One of the linemen moved that time. I saw that one from here.
And this run by Johnson, or I beg your pardon, Jones will be negated once again.
I think they're going to lose yardage on that, so you can almost decline the penalty again if you wanted to and make it third down. Nope, they called offside on Pittsburgh. So we were wrong. They got the Passion for being offside, Matt, and so they're going to mark that 5 off. And it is number 66 of New York, and that is Shade Nisbet out of New York City. And she's getting helped off the field. Nice round of applause by the Pittsburgh fans that are here tonight at Cupples Stadium. And they wound the clock. We have to get the New York Wolves out on the field here. I think the 40-second clock is being liberally interpreted here. Liberally.
Second down. Throwing to that far side in traffic. Incomplete.
That was great coverage up there.
Capardi was the intended receiver on it, but
I think that was 37. Ashley DeSico, who was over there, almost had a shot at picking it off. You can see when Ayala throws it over there, DeSico right in the middle of the mix, got a hand on it, knocked it down.
Brings up third down for New York. Ball at the 37-yard line. Ayala back to pass. Here comes pressure. She'll throw over the middle of the field, and it's caught. Reeling in the pass, Allison Gandlin again. A receiver who caught that long touchdown pass hauls in another big play for New York and a fresh set of downs for the Wolves.
Ran a post pattern here and catches it just beyond the grasp of the corner who was covering her. A nice ball by Ayala. And that's got to be something that the Passion needs to be a little bit concerned about when they're getting the receivers open downfield like this.
Something you mentioned
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, against DC. Ayala was trying to get our slot receiver to move in motion, and there was a little bit of a confrontation there. Receiver finally obliged, and understandably why, as the run goes to that side of the field. Kia Foster, the ball carrier, and it's brought down at the 39-yard line.
And Niedermeyer and Polnick were there to make the stop. She did get about 5 yards.
New York kind of going quick tempo, and Pittsburgh had too many women on the field.
get him for illegal substitution, having 12 on the field would be my guess.
Yeah. Yeah, Niedermeyer was trying to run off and was unsuccessful. Great shot of the yellow hanky. Although we don't want to see the hankies. We prefer yellow in towel form. The ball sits at now the 34-yard line out of the penalty, and New York trying to put back-to-back drives together. He handed off. Jones runs into a wall of black and gold.
They brought both the inside linebackers that time, firing up the middle. And they
Jacqueline Cook.
They blew the play up along with defensive lineman Jacqueline Cook. Nowhere to run.
Ayala play action, rolls out, a little pump fake as she rolls to her right, and the ball kind of slips out of her hands. And that forces an underthrow, and lucky for the Wolves, it was just under where two Passion defenders were lurking.
It looked like the ball just slipped right out of her hand as she went to throw it. And it is a warm night out here at Cupples Stadium.
That ball kind of whirly-birded out of there.
Any kind of water on your hand from sweat or whatever, and you're going to have a tough time holding on to it.
Sure. 3rd down and 9, shotgun. 4 wide receiver set. Ayala steps up into the pocket, will throw near sideline, overshot everybody, incomplete. Could have been picked off there. Harris almost had her 4th of the season.
Now that time, Harris from her center field position playing safety was over the top where she needed to be, and they actually had Ayala throw into someone who was triple covered out there. You can see a pair of Passion defenders bracing her, and then Harris sitting in the background trying to ball hawk. So they're going to go for it on 4th, Matt.
Yeah, this is kind of
tweener territory.
Yeah, no man's land. 4th down, 9 and a timeout.
Oh, they're going to
being requested for by New York. Beautiful night at Pittsburgh as New York takes a timeout. Great crowd on hand, we mentioned. Feels good to have the Passion back in the city of Pittsburgh as well. Of course, next home game they'll be at a lot of the Passion's home, including co-owner Teresa Kahn up at Slippery Rock. And while we thank the fans, we also want to thank the sponsors. 2024 Pittsburgh Passion sponsors, thank you to all who are involved. Pan Health, Celebrations, Aid Nation, Always Safe, IMBEW, by McGee Women's Research Institute and Foundation, by Papa John's, by KPMG. All of our sponsors, thank you for your support. Big shout out to UPMC Sports Medicine as well, as this one off a helmet ricochets off the New York receiver's helmet. It's going to be a turnover on downs at Pittsburgh Passion Football. Ashley DeSico on the coverage there.
Yeah, what they did is they ran a wheel route with the receiver, brought her out of the backfield, and sent her up the sideline, and DeSico was right there in good position. That's using your noggin, Matt. No pun intended. Not much. See if we see an outside zone.
.43 seconds to go. Motion is Cody Johnson. They go back the other way with it off the right side. It's Sarah Paladin on the carry, her first carry of the night, and it picks up a Pittsburgh Passion first down to the 49-yard line.
Instead, they fake it and run a counter. And here comes Paladin back in. Pair of linemen pulling and leading. Doing a great job. Cody Johnson there, the H-back. You see her with a key block.
Chavez barking out the signals. Looks to her left, throws that way. Meister in and out of her hands, incomplete. Clock down to 6. Be second down at that 49-yard line. And off right side, Paladin one more time will get the corner and run out of bounds to end this first quarter of play. And a close one so far here from Cupples Stadium on Pittsburgh South Side. A beautiful Saturday. Come back with us for quarter number 2. Pittsburgh 14, New York 6 on Sportsnet Pittsburgh.
Time for dinner.
And we'll welcome you back to Cupples Stadium, and we get set for the second quarter. Let's go down to Susie Cole.
Thanks so much, Matt. I'm here with Lauren Franklin, a wonderful wide receiver for the Pittsburgh Passion. Unfortunately, this year a little bit banged up, but you've been with the Passion for 2 years. So what really got you involved with this organization?
So I've played flag football for about 8 years, and one of our refs is actually our coach. So Coach Dillon kind of brought me into the season. Wonderful girls. So much commitment. I absolutely love everybody here. It's an amazing group of people.
You talk about the people, but other than the people, what has been your favorite part about being a part of the Passion for the past 2 seasons?
Seeing my family get to come to games and get to experience different things, getting to travel all over with the family is really neat.
Awesome, Lauren. Well, I hope you get better soon. And again, there's just so many interesting people here on the Pittsburgh Passion. We'll find out more here in a little bit. Matt?
Thanks so much, Susie. There truly is the storylines behind the women behind the helmet, Lou. You know well, as good as any, having coached with this team, as we just saw Marcelina Chavez and Sarah Paladin push the Passion right down the field here. But it really starts and ends. If the people weren't good, then the Pittsburgh Passion in women's football wouldn't be a thing. And that's I think, what I've learned over the course of being around this team.
Yeah, no question. It all comes down to the character of the players. They do a lot in the community. They're involved in a lot of different things. And they like to get out. You know, teaching life through sports is one of the key goals for the Passion.
Paladin off the right side. Bottled up. Nowhere to go. Jane Crosby escorts her out of bounds. The second quarter is brought to you by Aid Nation. Maximum absorption for super hydration. Aid Nation bringing you tonight's second quarter. Of course, Aid Nation, one of the companies started by the late, great Franco Harris. And having a chance to actually do some promotional work for Aid Nation when Franco was still around. And, of course, Dana and Doc have kept that moving forward. So passionate, such a passionate businessman Franco was just as much as he was an owner with the Pittsburgh Passion. As throwing here to the near side, incomplete. Chavez was trying to hook up with Malarski, could not do so, and it will bring up 4th down. But, obviously people talk about Franco, what he was as a co-owner, and what he was as a football player, but what he was as a person was all that and more.
He was a great man. I had the opportunity to interact with him a little bit when I was coaching here with the Passion. First class, just a first-class gentleman. It did so much to help us out here at the Passions. Can't say enough good things about Franco Harris, the man, let alone the Hall of Fame football player, co-owner of the Passion, just a tremendous person all around.
4th down, motion out of the slot Johnson. They hand it off to Peace off the right side. Peace is trying for that first down stick, and New York slices in quickly, and Pittsburgh is not going to be able to convert this first down as Vanika Jarvis puts a stop to this Pittsburgh Passion drive. For a while there, Lou, it looked like Peace was going to get the first down, and Jarvis came out of nowhere.
Well, she pulled up, too. If she'd have just lowered her shoulder and exploded using her speed to go for that corner, I think she might have gotten it. Just the old running back coach in me.
Well, it
looking at it
will not come to fruition, as it will be a first down and 10 for New York at their own 18-yard line. 12:48 to play in our opening half of football here in the second quarter. And they hand it off the right side. Pittsburgh's all over this carry. A host of black and gold tacklers in on Kia Foster.
Yeah, she came out of nowhere. Caitlin Polnick also came in over the top. Great pursuit to get to the ball carrier.
Bring up 2nd down and 7. They gave her 3. Off the left side this time, Foster for maybe a yard. Not a lot of running real estate.
Keep it 3rd and 5 now.
Marcelina Chavez on the Passion sideline getting looked at right now. Keep an eye on that. Maybe Susie could track down what is wrong with Marcelina. It doesn't look like it will keep her out, however, as Ayala will throw deep and had her in stride. Incomplete, though. Trying to get Gina Capardi, and Capardi's going to have dreams about that one.
Yeah, she was open down the sideline. Caught right into the little dead spot in the zone there. Ayala threw a nice ball. She couldn't hold on to it.
Fourth down punt unit is on for New York, and Pittsburgh, a really important hold there, and they come out and lock it down. 3 and out, and Pittsburgh's going to get flagged here for another too many women on the field here. So this return will not mean much, as Kiki Gatto on the return.
And that's going to put them close to a first down. It's going to be just short.
Right.
But close enough that they could think about going for it if they want to. Pittsburgh, 12 men on the field. They didn't get the last one off in time.
Illegal substitution on Pittsburgh.
Going to be about 1.5 yards short.
Looks like New York's still going to be in punt formation anyway. But certainly Passion need to be vigilant here.
Got to be watching for a fake, too. And we need 1.5 yards.
Punts away, but it's not very deep, and it's into traffic, and it's muffed. And it is a scrum for the football, and Pittsburgh is in it. New York is in it, and they're going to try to unpile.
Whoever's winning the bottom of the pile fight here is going to have the football. There's a bunch of people on it. New York
wins it. Almost deja vu, Lou, from 2 weeks ago when the Passion had a similar instance.
Well, what happened is you had a player coming on the field late, and she gets in the way of the return person, and that's what knocks the ball off. So the Passion with substitution problems there. First they had too many, then they didn't have enough, and then it interferes with the punt return, and it burns them.
The Passion defense need to lock it down one more time, as they did 2 weeks ago when the muff punt gave DC good field position. Pittsburgh defense stonewalled them. Could the defense do it again? Certainly capable of it. Ayala will run with it and then take a slide down to avoid the hit by Kim Zubovic.
Yeah, she thought there was more there than there was, and Zubo came up and said, "I don't think so." And she that's what's known as discretion is the better part of valor. I think we'll do the slide.
We're talking about storylines and the women behind the helmets. Kim is certainly one of the great stories in her 18th season with the Passion. Back to pass. Steps up into the pocket. Ayala will take off and run with it and be pulled down. Niedermeyer with an assist to Polnick. But Kim, Pennsylvania State Trooper.
Yep.
Also the general manager of the Pittsburgh Passion, so doing a lot of things in the front office to make all of the game day festivities happen correctly.
And a mainstay at that defensive end position for many, many, many years, playing at a high level.
And a native of an area you're very fond of, Belle Vernon, Pennsylvania.
Actually, right next door, Fraser. She lives in Belle Vernon now, but she's a graduate of Fraser High School.
Went to Fraser, but hometown is Belle Vernon. Yeah. As the handoff there. Niedermeyer took care of her. Kim was also in on that one. Pittsburgh's getting another player off late. And
they only have 10 out there right now. If she'd have left, they'd have had 9.
Ball touchdown at the 30-yard line. 8:18 to play here in the second quarter. And it is a beautiful day in Pittsburgh Southside. Cupples Stadium, 79 degrees. It feels like 85. Got the moon part peeking out. Of course, we didn't get too lucky and get the a game here with the Northern Lights show that was
that would have been cool.
Incredible. But beautiful weekend here in May. Going to get out on the links tomorrow. And give it to Malarski, going to try to cut it back against the grain, and New York is all over it.
Peace.
That was Peace again.
Yep.
The The jerseys for the Passion, the 22 and the 23, there's not much of a difference.
No, they look very, very close.
And they're pretty similar in stature as well.
That's one of the few times that you see Devin Peace go for negative yardage. It doesn't happen very often.
There's a shot of the co-head coaches. Lisa Horton, offensive coordinator, and then right behind her is Teresa Kahn, co-owner and co-head coach. Chavez throwing, got her receiver, and bottled up pretty quickly after the reception there. Ball went over to 81, Bethany Meyer.
They ran a double slant there, and she took the inside receiver. Got decent yardage, but not enough for the first.
That shot to the hash marks, trying to hit Malarski, incomplete.
See if the punt team comes out. It looks like they are.
It's going to bring up 4th down and 7, so. Pittsburgh's having some issues with personnel here on 4th down.
They only have 10 out there right now.
Now they got set.
Oh, my.
What a boot. Oh, my goodness. And this is going to die and go into the end zone for a touchback. Cody Johnson.
67-yard punt into the end zone. 67, line of scrimmage was the 33. 67-yard punt. As soon as she hit that, you could see it was going to go over the heads of the receivers back there. But, boy, did it go over the heads. Talk about flipping the field, Matt.
I mean, the only thing better would have been for that thing to die at the 1. But
perfect. That would have been perfect, yeah. But
I mean, you tilt field position at the very least, and that's a lot in this game, the way it has started to play out now. 6:30 to go here in the second quarter. Lisa Horton having a conversation with some of the skilled players on offense, thinking about their next series as New York goes back to work, trailing 14-6 here. 6:30 to play. Ayala from our own 20-yard line. And Kim Zubovic was pointing towards the New York line.
I think they got to delay a game or something coming up.
She wasn't pointing towards the line. She was pointing towards the play clock. So that moves New York now back to their own 15. Love to dial up a Pittsburgh turnover here. Ayala rolling to the right side. Here comes the pressure, and she is sacked. Back at the 4-yard line.
Tiana Cash in there in a hurry to force the issue. Or was that 56? Tyra Grant. Okay. Well, 55 and 56 look alike, and they play next to each other. I can see them right there. 55's at the tackle on the right side, and 56 is at the end.
They put her down at the 5. We're at second down. Ayala from her own end zone. They set up a screen pass, and Pittsburgh stacks it up, pushes it back, and they'll say forward progress to the 2, but it's not forward progress in terms of where the line of scrimmage will be. It's more loss of yardage, and it's 3rd down and long back at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, they tried to run the wide receiver screen, and Pittsburgh all over it, read it beautifully.
She just dumps it out there, and there's nowhere to run.
Third down. And long. Ayala from her own. Intercepted, and it's going to be into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A pick six for Grace Dazda. I said, be a perfect time to dial up a Pittsburgh turnover. How about a Pittsburgh steal and score?
And what happened, the receiver misinterpreted the route. She went long. The quarterback thought it was going to be an in cut. She cut to the outside and up. And that thing got picked. And Grace Dadzda, did I pronounce that correct?
Yep.
Dadzda picked it off. And that's the third pick six for Pittsburgh this season. Denasha Harris has two of them. And now Dadzda has the third one.
And Cody Johnson puts the extra point through the poles. And Pittsburgh has a 21-6 advantage with 4:42 to go. We're going to take another look at this. And you were saying how this happened. We'll take a look. There's Dadzda there.
See, the receiver breaks to the outside. She jumped the route beautifully. As you saw on the replay with the circle around her, she jumped the route, cuts right in front. She ran the route better than the receiver did and picked it off. That was great preparation, great anticipation. Obviously expecting it. So Dadzda with the big play, and that is huge for the passion for momentum now. 4:42 to go here in the second quarter. They still got time to score again.
No doubt about it. Get the ball back off of the Wolves and trying to punch another one in. Johnson squibs this one. It's bobbing around, picked up at the 21-yard line. Nehemiah Outlaw on the return.
And that, speaking of Denasha Harris, she was in there along with Alyssa George on that one, making the stop on special teams. And Pittsburgh kind of leveled off for a little bit. They let New York have some momentum. Now they're back into it again. They're fired up, and you can see by the level of play that they're putting out there now.
Talking about Alyssa George, Sissy as she goes by. Quarterback of a lot of last year's season because of the injury to Marcelina Chavez early in the year. Handoff goes to Maddie Jones.
Caitlin Niedermeyer just came down and closed that hole off quickly. No gain on the play.
Second down, 10. Bubble screen over to the far side, and it is caught. But they had to stretch out to get that, so Monty Thompson's immediately down.
It wasn't going anywhere anyway, Matt. It was well covered defensively. The D-backs were in position. Even if she had caught it, on her feet. Here you see 2-3 D-backs coming in to your picture.
In some trouble. Ayala finally going to scramble forward to the 32-yard line to trying to make it somewhat of a manageable fourth down, and see what decision will be made here on 4th down and 5.
Looks like the punt team's coming out.
Dangerous with 3:20 and a moving clock here in the second.
There's 11 out there. The coach in me counts, man.
Parada to punt. Alexis Parada put this one away, make sure the Passion secure it. They do. Gatto on a return, but trying to string it out here, and New York actually able to collapse on her at the 26-yard line. 27, it looks like officially they'll give her. As we take another look at it.
She was trying to get back, reversed her field, trying to get back to the outside, but the Wolves were in their lanes, and they basically cut her off before she had the chance to get to the corner.
2:41 to play here in the second. Pretty fast-moving first half. Piece to get the corner, and there comes some flags as Meister put her hands on her head, and Piece going to get pushed out of bounds. But
blocking the back.
Yeah, I want to take another look at this if we can, because I don't know that. I thought she got her hands in front. Meister at the top of your screen here.
Yeah, she had her head just behind the player.
I mean,
that's borderline. That's a borderline call, but
it almost though when you look guilty after it happens, it almost
they throw it
right.
If you look guilty, if you act guilty, they're going to throw the flag just to make it true.
First down for the Passion. Now back at the 17-yard line, and they're going to do the reverse to Malarski. Malarski will spin forward across the 25 to the 26-yard line, pick that lost penalty yardage up back to the original line of scrimmage. Passion. Chavez rolls to the right side on a second down and 10. Zings it out there right at the sticks, and it's caught. Nicely done there for a Pittsburgh Passion first down.
And they ran a double route there. The inside receiver ran the outside receiver ran a fly.
It's Bethany Meyer on the reception.
And if you look downfield, the outside receiver, they let her go. She was standing out there. So that might be something the Passion will come back to.
You also have a defensive end on a receiver in that situation too, so that boded well for the Passion. On first down and 10, we get whistles, and we get a Passion timeout. And we'll burn one with them. With 1:02 to play here in the first half, Pittsburgh a 21-6 advantage, and they love to add to it before the end of the first half. Will they? Well, we'll tell you when we come back.
Maya, can you come in here, please?
Already.
Yeah, Dad, what's up?
Is that your brother on the TV?
Yeah, that's my brother. It looks like it's tonight's game.
But how can that be your brother? I have never missed a single game.
We couldn't go tonight. Remember, you broke your foot.
Right. And that is 6 points. Well, I don't know who's putting on this production, but without them, I'd be missing this.
Trout Plumbing is a registered and insured master plumber that services the South Hills. They offer a variety of services, including camera inspection and dye testing. Trout Plumbing also offers a veteran and senior citizen discount. When in doubt, call the Trout at 412-983-8106.
Out of the timeout, it's Chavez. Chavez with the burst of speed. Marcelina Chavez, one away from breaking it.
Quarterback counter again. We've seen it 3 times already in key situations. One for a touchdown, one for a first down, and now another one for a long run and a first down.
Clock stops momentarily as the change set, so now the clock winding once again on a 1st down and 10 from now the New York 35. Pittsburgh still with 2 timeouts in their pocket. Chavez now going to let it fly to Malarski. It's underthrown and in and out of the hands. New York had an interception. Deonde Brown had it and then lost it. And Pittsburgh will now live to fight for second down with 29 seconds to go in the first half.
She had the right idea, just undershot it.
You see there, Brown still hitting her helmet.
Yeah, that's one you don't want to drop. New York called a timeout. Yeah, we can put that one up. That would be a good one. Taking a look at the Chavez play again. If we've got a replay on that and break it down. And there you can see quarterback counter. She fakes the outside zone. She's got the lead blockers, and now she accelerates right here through the defenders. And if this last defender doesn't get her, she's gone. But that was just a great run by Marcelina Chavez that time. And from what I'm gathering, from what I'm seeing, New York is keen on peace. I mean, they're specifically trying to take the zone away. So, you know, offensive coordinator and co-head coach Lisa Horton is going to some of the other things that she has in the offensive arsenal. And Marcelina Chavez is opening up to have what could be a pretty good game because they're doing everything they can to take peace away.
Second down, play action. Chavez rolling. Will throw on the run, on the money to Cody Johnson. Johnson, little stop and go move at the 25. Pittsburgh wants a timeout, and they're going to get one, and they're right at the first down sticks as well. And it's a first down for Pittsburgh, so not only do they get the timeout, but they also will have a fresh set coming out of it with 17 seconds to go.
Here we take a look at the replay, and Johnson runs an out. And Chavez rolling to her left, gets squared up, drops it off to Johnson, and she just breaks a couple tackles and gets extra yardage to get, I think, did they give her the first down? Or?
Yep.
Okay, they gave her the first down then, so that's good. Nice play, Chavez to Johnson.
I'm really impressed with the way Chavez was able to throw that ball on the run like that.
When you're going to your left, and I know the fans can't see me, I'm up in the booth, but when you're going left, you have to get your shoulders squared back to throw the ball accurately. If you don't, it's going to take off and go, and she got her shoulders squared perfectly that time. Of course, the quarterback coach for Pittsburgh, Lisa Horton, has a pretty good idea how to play quarterback.
Got on SportsCenter top 10 plays at this very field when she was field general. This one up on the money. Oh, it complete. She wasn't
looking.
A beautiful route and a beautiful ball to Devin Peace. She would have walked into the end zone, but
ran her on it. A wheel route. She's going to come out of the backfield on the wheel route. And this is a staple in the Passion offense. Wheel routes have been there for years. Wide open. Drops it right into her. And she's going to think about that one a lot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but the Horton, like you said, she threw, oh, gosh, I don't know, 12, 13, 14,000 yards, somewhere in there. I don't know. She had a ton of them, and I lost track of how many touchdowns she threw for over the years.
Second down, 10. Roll the right side. Chavez stretching to the 20-yard line. And a timeout, final one for Pittsburgh, so they'll have one more shot at it here.
I don't know if you saw, Chavez was playing tailback.
Yeah.
So they just pitched her the ball, and she had nobody open, but just couldn't get outside or get out of bounds, so they had to use the timeout. So now you got to go to the end zone here. If you're going to throw the ball, you got to throw to the end zone.
Halftime, we're going to see some fans here at Cupples Stadium anyway. We'll see the girls flag football.
High school that the PIAA had the first reading on, I think,
Yes.
to see if they're going to approve it as a varsity sport.
And the Pittsburgh Passion have been instrumental in supporting the high school level of girls flag football. Obviously, the Pittsburgh
very
Steelers
much, yeah.
have been heavily involved.
Field
And
goal
it's
attempt.
continuing to grow. Schools continue to add.
There's, I think, 40 schools now in Western PA or thereabouts that have flag football teams. So this is a long one for Johnson.
37 yards for Cody Johnson, and the snap's no good. And rolling out his piece, and she's brought down, and that's the way the first half is going to end. So Johnson doesn't get a chance to attempt it. Just a bobbled snap. So Pittsburgh, however, will have the 21-6 advantage over New York going into the locker room. And we'll go down to Susie Cool, who has Teresa Kahn with her.
Thanks so much, Matt. Now, Coach T, we talked prior to the game, and right off the bat, you were already trying to recruit me. I don't know if you necessarily need me out there today. You're putting up a dominant performance, but when you're looking for players to add to this roster, what are you really looking for in a player?
You know, we want, our whole motto is like the loyalty, respect, family, integrity. We just look for, if you've got the right qualities, I mean, of course we love speed and size and all that fun stuff, but if you be a good fit for us, you got to have the character to go with it. And I'm still recruiting you.
She's still going to try to recruit me, Matt. I'm going to say I might not be tough enough out on the field, but I would be great on the sidelines for moral support. T, thank you so much, and good luck the rest of the game.
I'll put my money on you.
Matt?
Thanks, Susie, and thanks, Teresa. There's no doubt about it. I don't know, Lou. I think maybe Susie could come out there and maybe play in the second half. I don't know. We'll have to see if she does. Well, we have the halftime show when we come back, brought to you by Always Safe. Stick around. We're back to Pittsburgh South Side with the Passion leading the Wolves 21-6 on Sportsnet Pittsburgh.
Supportive.
Grateful.
Inspiring.
Connected. Integrated.
Community. Communication.
Great.
Fun.
Meaningful.
Inclusive. Dedication.
Professional.
Care.
Opportunities. Excellent. Passionate.
Family.
Family.
Awesome.
Hi, I'm F. Doc Harris, and I'm here to talk to you about women's professional football. I've played a lot of video games, and I've watched a lot of football on TV, so that makes me an expert. I can tell you right now, I know what real football looks like.
Oh, hey, Doc.
Thank you.
Good luck this season.
Let's change. Let's change the odds for the toughest infertility cases. Let's change survival rates for triple-negative breast cancer. Let's change outcomes for moms struggling with opioid addiction. Let's change the gender bias in medical research. Let's change the way the world treats women at McGeeWomens.org.
It's halftime at Cupples Stadium, and the Pittsburgh Passion have a 21-6 advantage over the New York Wolves. The halftime show is brought to you by Always Safe. They're the best in the industry of flagging and traffic control. Always Safe, bringing you today's halftime show. And we welcome you back inside the broadcast booth. Matt Fargo alongside Passion former coach Lou Rude. And Lou, maybe not what I expected. I don't know about you about this first half. Pittsburgh comes out hot. They get into the end zone the first time they touch the football. But a big play for New York allows them to start to believe they can be in this game. And they are still in it. But the passion, as you said, late in the first half, things were starting to click again.
They started to take the game over. They had a little slow spurt. They had some hiccups, I guess would be the best way to put it. Yeah, they had some miscues with a busted coverage where two players ran into each other. That led to a touchdown. And then somebody late getting on the field that got in the way of a punt return that ended up with a fumble. So some hiccups, some things that need to be cleaned up. The coaches will be working on that at halftime to clean everything up. But all in all, some really good things from that first half for the Passion.
One of my favorite things is, look at this. We have nice new digs in here.
I'm telling you, it's beautiful.
Let's take a look at the first half highlights. Marcelina Chavez gets in the end zone, calling her own number to give the Passion an early 7-0 advantage. But New York would strike, and they'd strike quickly as Ayala would hook up with her wide receiver, Gadlin, for the long touchdown to make it 7-6. Pittsburgh, though, they would answer, and it'd be Marcelina Chavez for her second time of the first half, plunging into the end zone, 14-6. Pittsburgh advantage. Pittsburgh's supposed to get the ball back here, but they muff a punt. New York recovers, but the Wolves cannot do anything with it, and Pittsburgh defense, even when their backs are against the wall, they step up and make big-time plays. They put pressure after a great punt by Cody Johnson. A pick six caps it off. Pittsburgh pins New York deep, and they turn it into points defensively. They've been so good at that this season, and they do it again here. Pittsburgh Passion would like to thank our premier partners, A Nation and Pam Health. Thank you so much for making Pittsburgh Passion football possible. Halftime here in Pittsburgh, and we're going to go down to Susie Cool for our Voodoo Brewing Company Captain's Quarter.
Thanks so much, Matt. How lucky am I to be joined by these wonderful ladies down here today? We got two of the team's captains in Jana and Chavez, and then a receiver in Chi-Chi, a corner in Jazz. So I'm going to start out with the captains, okay? I'm going to grill you with the questions here. Jana, we'll start with you. What does a typical week look like for a Passion player? Because if anybody knows anything about the Passion, you also have normal jobs. So what does a week look like for you?
I think for me specifically, I have to travel back and forth a lot. I'm an occupational therapist. I have to drive back and forth from work. So for me, it's a lot of early mornings for me. And then we usually practice Tuesday, Thursday, and then either practice or games on the weekend. So it's actually, it's a lot of commitment. We all, like you said, have to work full-time jobs. It's not easy, but I think it speaks to the character. It speaks to how special we are as a team and what we have to do to be a part of this.
Jana talked a lot about the preparation that goes into a game week, right, Chavez? So how do you kind of keep the focus on, hey, it's a game week, but also I have to live my everyday life?
I really zone in on what the goal plan for the game is. When it comes to work, I focus on work when I'm there. I focus on football when I'm there. And when I'm at home or doing other stuff, I just try to stay as present as I can. Mm-hmm. That way I'm giving my all to every aspect of my life.
Chi-Chi, I'm going to ask you a really hard one. With having a normal everyday life outside of playing for the Pittsburgh Passion, what is it that you're up to when it comes to your normal life?
My normal life is just I'm on the opposite schedule like everybody compared to everyone else. I don't have that Monday through Friday, so mine's a lot of early mornings, like 2 a.m., and then just get rest whenever I can, and then be ready for practice and game day.
Mm-hmm. Now, Jazz, you said before this interview you've been with this team for 3 seasons now, right? So when January rolls around and training camp starts or practice starts, what is always the biggest focal point for you to be in shape and ready for the season?
Preconditioning. So I know that the season's coming in January, so I know
that I need to get in the gym at least by October to be prepared for January, because I know most of my teammates and opponents are preparing for January in preparation for April. So.
Well, you ladies are doing a terrific job out here today against the New York Wolves. I'm excited to continue to watch this game go on. Thank you, Jana, Chavez, Chi-Chi, and Jazz. Matt, I love it down here. They're great.
All right, beautiful day and beautiful night here in Pittsburgh. Our halftime will continue on the back half of this break. We'll get you ready for the second half between the Passion and the Wolves. Your Passion lead at 21-6, and we are back on Sportsnet Pittsburgh right after this.
Time for dinner.
Getting ready for quarter number 3, start of the second half. And quarter number 3 is brought to you by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. Man, I could just look at this all night long, Lou. This is picture perfect.
Great view of the south side of Pittsburgh. And we're smack dab in the middle of it.
No. JRM pays a lot of money for that blimp, by the way. Kicks away at the 30. Pittsburgh to get the football back, and they're going to say that her knee was down. It was Dazda on the return after she got it into the end zone on that pick 6. And another look at Marcelina Chavez trotting out onto the field to lead this Pittsburgh Passion offense. And, man, I would have to imagine, Lou, in the locker room, Pittsburgh says, we're in a great position. Go down, score here, make this deficit a little bit, make this hole a little bit deeper, and the Passion could get out of here with a win in the next 2 quarters.
Yeah, and I would anticipate a few things were corrected at halftime to make for a better second half. And here they come out under center. I love it. I love it.
Chavez lined up as the wide receiver. As we were talking about Alyssa George, Sissy George, lining up at the quarterback position, and there she was under center with Chavez split out as a wide receiver. That is how the formation will be even after the 5-yard penalty. So Chavez is the receiver at the top of your screen. As she gets the end around here, now Chavez will throw to Meister. Meister shook off a defender. She stiff arms another, and she's down to the 30-yard line. Meister was just a fingertip grasp away from breaking it.
Reverse pass. Actually, it looked like 32 reverse pass. Another play from the junk drawer, courtesy of offensive coordinator and co-head coach Lisa Horton. That's what we called the drawer where we pulled all our trick plays from.
And they've been staples here. As then they just turn around and hand it off to Payne. Annika Payne and lowers her shoulder. That was a
nothing fancy.
No,
that was a 30
right at you.
That was a 32 dive off the right side. No zone blocking. That's man-on-man blocking. Let's bulldoze them. Let's move them. So Lisa Horton's going back in the day for the Pittsburgh Passion. We used to do this all the time back in 2007, running under center.
We'll stay in the I formation. Chavez now on quarterback, and Peace sidestep a would-be tackler, and now will spin her way forward towards the 10-yard line, shy of it at the 12. It's a Pittsburgh Passion first down, and
I'm loving this, Matt. You can hear me calling the plays because, this was an ISO, just trying to run an ISO right up over the linebacker.
Has to give other teams fits, though, is if you're watching the Passion on tape, it's like, they run a lot of shotgun. Well, what is this? From a schematic point of view, now they're going to go pistol here. Chavez calling her own number, trying to get to the corner. She does, and she's into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Marcelina Chavez for the third time tonight with her legs.
And when we see the replay, you're going to see everybody goes with Peace. Everybody goes to the left on the New York defense. She just tussles off to the right. See, everybody's going to their left, and there's no one home. I mean, there is absolutely no one home. And with her speed and her legs, she just shoots it on in for the touchdown. That's her third of the game, right, Matt?
It is. Cody Johnson trying to put an exclamation point on this drive, and she does. Splits the poles, 28-6. Pittsburgh finding their goal as Marcelina Chavez gets in for a third time. They're up 28-6, and we're back after this.
Hi, I'm F. Doc Harris, and I'm here to talk to you about women's professional football. I've played a lot of video games, and I've watched a lot of football on TV, so that makes me an expert. I can tell you right now, I know what real football looks like. Oh,
hey, Doc. Thank you.
Good luck this season.
Pittsburgh Passion leading 28-6. Sending it back the way of the New York Wolves. This is Brown on the return. Brought down shy of the 30. And the execution there, flawless. You come out of the locker room, you get the football. That's why the Passion deferred after winning the toss, is to know that they are going to have possession of the football. And then you go down and score. Things look good. Now you have a 3-score lead.
And the other thing we talked about during the break, what this does is it lets every team in the WFA know, hey, if you're going to concentrate on our running back, we've got some other people that can carry the football and carry the load. And that's what Chavez has done. They've taken Peace away, but there's been nobody to account for Chavez, her third touchdown in the game.
And scrambling now. Ayala cutting it back and will be very close. Got a first down. Give her 11 on that scramble. Didn't look good.
Looked like a busted play is what it looked like.
She was able to escape it.
Looks like she wanted to hand off, and no one came to get the handoff, so she said, well, I guess I'll take it.
First down, a flag thrown. And nowhere to run for Maddie Jones.
Alyssa George in there, the defensive end spot. Somebody's lining up offside, I think, is what's happening.
Yeah, Pittsburgh going to get called for that. to the 43-yard line, where it will be first down at 5. Ayala with 2 sidecars. Foster the call. Foster picks up 3, maybe 4 on the second or the first down run. Will be second down and 1 coming up.
Sissy George again on the tackle there.
Passage show blitz, and they run right into it.
Yeah, they brought the house that time.
And Alyssa George was right there on the scene one more time, as was Caitlin Polnick.
But the key was they knocked the offensive line backwards. There was nowhere to run. When you're hitting the running back 2 yards into the backfield, it's hard to get any kind of positive yardage here. We'll see what the Passion defense dials up here on 3rd and short.
Third down, 2. New York gets a wide receiver out there late. Wide receiver, the line's the near side of your screen. Back to pass. Will throw, tall but handled. And a first down for the Wolves. And another reception for Allison Gandlin. Gandlin's had some big catches and another one here.
I just ran a quick out, and Ayala was able to hit her perfectly. I mean, it was good coverage there, but it was an excellent pass.
Gandlin has the Wolves' lone touchdown of the day. Far side numbers, another pass completed.
Simple little curl there.
Gandlin makes another catch, and Rebecca Airgood wraps up for the tackle. Second down and 2 after the gain of 8. The Pittsburgh 37. Ayala throwing another curl route. This time it goes in and out of the hands of Montalvo. Third down coming up here for the Wolves. It whistles. Passion want a timeout. As the Passion want to talk things over, let's take a look at other games across the WFA Pro Division. The other undefeated team in this side of the conference, the Boston Renegades, going up against the St. Louis Slam. That is a big-time matchup, a rematch of the national championship from a season ago. So all eyes on that one. Meanwhile, DC Divas 1-1. They'll take on the 3-0 in Division II Baltimore Nighthawks, who beat these New York Wolves 2 weeks ago. Tampa looking for their first win against the Palm Beach Coyotes of Division III. And Pittsburgh and New York going at it here tonight as well. What stands out to you?
I was going to say the fact that Boston's going on the road to St. Louis. That's going to tell you a lot how they handle a difficult environment when they're playing on the road. St. Louis tough at home.
Talking about the Coyotes, they played in the Division III National Championship in Canton 1 season ago. As Ayala on third down, brought down, thrown down. On third down, the Pittsburgh Passion defense shows up. Niedermeyer, Zubovic.
I think Cash was the first one there. If I read it right, 55? Or is it 56? 55.
Well, Cook ends up cleaning it up, 56.
But 55
Grant
got there first. She got there first and forced her to go duck underneath her, and that allowed the others to come in and get her. At least I think. Yeah, timeout New York.
We'll take one as well. 28-6, Pittsburgh has the lead. Passion and the Wolves continue to battle it out here on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Fourth down for the Wolves as we welcome you back. Stepping up, Ayala goes down. Turnover on downs. Pittsburgh Passion football. Passion get there.
Caitlin Niedermeyer.
Yep.
Ran her down from behind.
And Ayala is down.
Yeah.
Immediate pressure on Niedermeyer from the backside.
Yeah, and she twisted her a little bit when she brought her down, so that might have shook her up just a little bit. But good to see she popped up, and she's coming off the field now. But a great play by Caitlin Niedermeyer. You asked earlier, how would you equate Niedermeyer, and you mentioned Zubo. You know, what would they equate? Niedermeyer's like Cam Hayward. I mean, she's just been steady as a rock in there for years and years and years. And, you know, Zubo's another one that's steady. I want to go back to one of the defensive ends or outside linebackers from earlier. Brett Kiesel playing on that deal. It's just steady, steady, steady.
Right side, it's Peace. And Peace gets a first down and then spins away from one, spins away from another, and finally runs out of sideline there as she's finally pushed out.
And that was the Devin Peace we've been used to. You know, if somebody said, okay, Devin, here's your shot, go. And now we've got great blocking at the point of attack, and that's the key. She has room to get to the outside. When she gets to the outside, she can put the moves on.
And look at Zubo all the way out down there.
Oh, yeah, they're down there blocking downfield.
First down at 10, Pittsburgh.
And
they go dive play.
Fullback dive to Payne. Those linemen up front are road grading now. They're road grading. We got another injury on the field this time in New York. Wolf down. Can't tell a number on who's down. 57. That is Monica Richards.
Well, as they tend to the injured player, we're going to go down to Susie Cool, who has a special guest with her.
Thanks so much, Matt. We got Donna Kahn here. This is the mother of Teresa Kahn, the co-head coach and part owner of the Pittsburgh Passion. And Donna, you have watched Teresa go from a player to now a coach, a co-owner. How fun has it been to watch her go through this entire experience over 22 years with the Pittsburgh Passion?
Well, it's been great. Teresa started playing before she went to school, and she's been playing sports ever since, and I followed her through grade school, high school, and now in her adult life.
Now, you are at the merchandise shop here for the Pittsburgh Passion. So whenever it's a game day, what is your exact role with the team? You know, what is it like here under this tent?
It's great because you see all the players. They always come over and speak and talk, and a lot of the parents. Mm-hmm. And to get ready, we fold all the merchandise. And that usually takes a day ahead of time. Mm-hmm. And I have great help. We always have great help. She was a player. Okay. And Beth has been here for a long time. And it's just been great. Mm-hmm. I love the players.
Awesome, yeah, and it seems like a lot of people stay within the organization even after they play. So I have to ask you this. You say that Teresa played when she was younger, before she even played for the Passion. What was more nerve-wracking for you, watching her play as a player or now having to coach this team and lead them to success?
Well, I don't see a lot of the games, so I don't know about the coaching here, but when she coached volleyball in high school, that was probably more nerve-wracking because the parents would, they were always second-guessing. And but it was good.
You probably don't have any parents here now. But anyways, Donna, thank you so much for doing this, and you're just adorable, and I hope that you sell a ton of merchandise tonight. Matt, you'll have to come check out some of the swag that they got down here.
Thanks, Susie. Mama Khan, one of one. There's no doubt. And I do need to get down there and, I saw that pullover that you had on. Yeah, I like that one.
It's still there, but that's from yesteryear. I don't know if they still have it around. I think I got that one about 2017. I got stuff that goes back to 2003, Matt. That's how far I go back with Passion gear.
Peace the call. Peace going to try to bounce it. Cuts it back. Devin Peace. Peace is in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. 17 yards for Devin Peace.
And she just tucks in behind her blockers here. This is great blocking that sets this play up. We get the replay coming up. Here we go. And you can see it's an ISO. Everybody's on people, and she just finds a seam and accelerates into the end zone. Simple play. Double down on the nose. You kick out with the fullback on the linebacker. Everybody else, man, blocks it, and that's exactly what they did there.
Johnson. Extra point is good. So we get an interview with Mama Khan in the next play. 7 more for the Pittsburgh Passion. Fitting? I think so. Stick around. We'll be back. 35-6. Pittsburgh on top of New York.
Most individuals, when they have an injury, they want to get back immediately, whether that is getting back to work or getting back to sport or getting to their next yoga workout. We really want to give them pain-free function and mobility as best we can for the extent of their lives, so they can be active, so they can enjoy being with their loved ones.
Third quarter action of Pittsburgh Passion Football is brought to you in part by UPMC Sports Medicine, the official sports medicine provider of the Pittsburgh Passion. Passion have opened this one up 35-6. Return from the 20-yard line. Nehemiah Outlaw with the flag down. Shy of the 40-yard line. We will check.
I think it's a hold, Matt.
Yeah, I think
that's the preliminary indication.
The best part is this thing was way away from the play. Had no effect on the play, really, but...
Yeah. So taken back 10 yards from where the play ended.
See if we can see it. Well, that's not what they called, but
No, they called it way away from the play, but that was one too.
there's another one there.
So they got one up.
Well, that old saying about there's holding on every play, right?
There possibly could be, maybe. Who knows?
Throwing far side, got a receiver again, hooking up with Gandolin. Good to see Ayala back out there.
I mean, the old offensive line coach in me would say that, no, we would never, ever, ever hold. Ever.
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 They say the best offensive line coaches are the ones who teach how to hold without being caught.
I will plead the fifth on that one.
Ayala back to throw, another completion to Gandolin.
I will say this: the line we had in 2007, when I ran the offensive line that year, they didn't have to hold. They were road graders. We had the sign. We're pulling the horn down, beep beep. We're coming through, and that became something they did all season. The offensive line people.
Ayala going to throw it over the middle and just a little bit too tall for Montalvo. Be third down now for the Wolves.
And that year, our tailback ran for about 1,200 yards. Our fullback ran for over 1,000. So, and that was the offensive line was just fantastic that year. And I'm not saying it because I coached them. I'm just saying because they were that good as players. They made our job very, very easy calling plays.
Good players make good coaches.
Oh, they do.
Throw by Ayala is caught. Montalvo makes the reception, and then Pittsburgh just flattens him backwards.
Do we have a player injured for the Passion?
Michelle Smiley on that tackle there.
That was Danza
Pearson.
Just a little bit. Now she's coming out ankle.
Fourth down. We're going to go quarterback keeper, and Pittsburgh wins the push. And I don't think New York gets this here. Pittsburgh.
Yeah, they blew it up front.
Pearson.
What you're looking for is line surge, and there's nothing there. Somebody, I'd have to see who came in there, but a Passion defensive lineman or linebacker shot the A-gap on the left side and just blew that play up.
Four minutes to go. I want to thank our 2024 sponsors. Thanks so much to all of you. Make Pittsburgh Passion football possible. Please support the people who support us. First down and 10. They go dive play, and a flag comes flying in. Pittsburgh picks up a first down. We'll see if it stands.
Illegal procedure against the Passion. That's a shame. That was just 32 dive, Payne carrying over the right side, and that was the Pittsburgh Passion offensive line just mauling the defensive line of New York and just blowing them backwards. That's a shame that it got called back because that was outstanding blocking by the Pittsburgh offensive line. Warms the heart of the old line coach here. I've had many hats during my time.
We're learning, you know. There's going to be a test for all the listeners and viewers of this at the end of the game. Chavez throwing and intercepted. The route was jumped by Gandolin. Allison Gandolin, she's had quite the day for the Wolves. She has a touchdown reception. She has a couple catches, and now she has an INT to her credit, and this is just all willpower and 1-2.
Yeah, she read it and ended up jumping the route, and that's what defensive backs do when they read it like that.
Has to be an advantage, too, for when we're saying this globally of if you have a defensive back who also plays receiver, there's a different mindset there.
They know what the receivers are doing, and they adjust accordingly.
High snap, pulled down. Ayala throws, and it is giveth and taketh away. Interception for Pittsburgh. And Dazda has her second interception of the night.
And she jumped the route. I mean, she just stepped right in front of the receiver, boom, and took it away. That's a perfect example. Those last two plays, both times, the D-backs jumped the route. They ended up cutting in front of the receivers, reading the quarterback's eyes, and picking it off.
Oh, it is not the holiday season of giving, but both offenses feeling that way the last two plays, and Pittsburgh goes maybe intelligently on the ground on that one.
Back to the dot. But they're back under center again. We'll see what they do here.
Danica Payne out of Morgantown, West Virginia. WVU graduate.
They've had some good fullbacks come out of WVU.
Yes, they have.
Shutt comes to mind.
Yes. Owen Schmidt.
Schmidt, rather. I said Shutt. Schmidt. Shutt's the helmet. Schmidt was the fullback.
Right side. Marcelina Chavez.
Flag down.
It's like an injured Passion player down?
Could be. They were calling for the trainers to come out quickly. Upstairs.
It's a face mask penalty on New York. As they tend to this injured player, want to shout out a former Pittsburgh Passion player doing big things in the National Football League, Angela Baker with the New York Giants. Last season as a offensive quality control coach, but now this year as an offensive assistant. Want to congratulate her, and obviously Bakes was so fun to watch wearing the black and gold, and just awesome to see women develop. And
yeah, she did a lot of different things. Wide receiver, she played D-back if we needed her. She would do some quarterback, a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's been cool to see her level up. We were talking earlier about Lisa Horton, now with Slippery Rock University as an assistant coach, and you see all this movement with women's sports, especially this year with the Caitlin Clark movement, and how fun that has been. Although for you and I, women's sports, we've been seeing and watching this. We know the quality of the high level of play that exists, and I'm excited to see what this can bring to football, what it can bring to women's flag football at the high school level. I think that there's so much potential now that people are starting to really, and I think at the end of the day, sponsors are really starting to notice that how entertaining this can be.
And is that Paladin that was injured? Is that number 10?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was Paladin that was the injured player getting helped off the field.
And she's being carried off right now.
But you mentioned, the flag football that we had, the exhibition at halftime.
Yep.
Building up, and it's exciting that the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association,
shot from halftime.
They took a shot with the Passion, but it's great that they have already had the first reading to make it a varsity sport.
They go back to the ground game, and Payne.
She's bringing the pain. About a 4-yard gain there. I mean, if you can get 4 yards out of your fullback on a simple dive, your offensive line is moving people. Actually 3, but.
Lauren Ferragonio, one of the staples of that offensive line for Pittsburgh.
Another player that's been around for a long, long time with the passion. Goose, nickname. Played at a high level for a long time here in the black and gold.
I believe she's the head coach of the Stowe Rocks women's flag football team, as Chavez picks up a Pittsburgh pass at first down.
Another play near and dear to my heart, 32 option. Fake the fullback, take off around end. You got the pitch back with you if you need her, but if you don't need her, you just tuck it and run. Lisa Horton ran that play very effectively for the Passion.
You see a lot of similarities, or some similarities to
Marcelina.
Marcelina.
In Marcelina, I see a young Lisa Horton, is what I see right now. And that's not too bad.
No, it's not. Pitch left side. Peace breaks the tackle. Devin Peace to the 20, and then finally shoved out of bounds.
And this is just an outside. It's being run a different way because she's getting the pitch, but the blocking is the same. We used to call this 48 or 40. This would have been 49 stretch, running it to the left, but it's an outside zone coming out of the eye. So Lisa told me she was going to run some under center tonight. I got excited when I heard that. Because nowadays all you see is spread.
Right.
So it's nice to see going back to this.
Rolling out right side. It's flagged down. Chavez throwing it, and it's going to get picked off as it hung up in the air for the second time tonight. Allison Gandolin has
see what the flag
an interception.
Is now. See who it's on. Looks like it's going to be on Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I see the New York coaches giving the decline the penalty sign, so that's why. That's my detective work. See what the call is. Illegal procedure. I'm going to decline it and take the interception.
So the INT stands, and that's the way we will begin the fourth quarter when we come back. 35-6, Pittsburgh leads it. After 3, we'll come back for the fourth chapter of this one as the sun sets on Pittsburgh's south side. We're back on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Let's play a fourth. As we welcome you back to the start of the fourth quarter, Pittsburgh leading at 35-6. They hand it off to Maddie Jones, and she's tracked down quickly at the 15-yard line. Grant on the tackle.
Ended up losing yardage on that.
There's a good look at Miss Payne handing out her daily dose to the Wolves defenders. Ayala finally after some pressure, throws it and goes in and out of the hands of Faith Robinson. Brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long. See if turn the Passion defense loose to go after the quarterback here.
Ayala throwing it, caught, lost it, regained it, and they're going to whistle it dead. And I don't know that that's the right call, Lou. I'm going to be very curious on how this looks out. And she spikes it in frustration.
Let's see if it goes on the ground.
She doesn't control it.
Oh, yeah, it's on the ground and bounces back into her hands. So great call by the officials. Yeah. Great call by the officials. That was something we were screened off. We couldn't see with the angle we had, but it very definitely.
I thought it was a catch football move and fumble.
Give credit to Nikki Hartman, 25, as she stripped the ball out of her hands onto the ground.
Yeah, Monty Thompson thought she had 6. Pittsburgh's making statement wins, Lou, the way that they're handling teams right now.
Yeah, very encouraging for the Pittsburgh Passion, the way they've handled their schedule to this point.
Yeah. It's been impressive.
Still got a ways to go yet, but to this point, nice job.
This one rolls into the end zone, and she's going to kick it out of the back of the end zone for a safety. That's 2 more for Pittsburgh. And, Lou, it's ironic that happened because earlier today when we were watching, as we take a look at this on the replay, Alexis Parada had this exact situation happen to her 2 weeks ago at Baltimore, and she didn't do anything, and she let the Baltimore defender recover it for a touchdown.
I think somebody coached her up.
Someone might have told her.
Smart play.
She knew exactly what to do.
Kick that ball out of the end zone. So now they'll have to kick off to Pittsburgh from their own 20-yard line, and Passion should have great field position here.
Pittsburgh Passion Football in the 4th quarter, brought to you in part by our friends at McGee Women's Research Institute and Foundation, a proud partner of the Pittsburgh Passion. Together we are changing the way the world treats women on and off the field. McGee Women's Research Institute and Foundation. This one takes a weird bounce. After the free kick, Pittsburgh going to get great field position. Nice return for Christina Garayu. Rayua. Shout out to Christina.
I had a hard time reading the number, Matt. What was it?
80.
80, okay. If you can't read 80, there's something wrong. It's my fault.
You working on the number, I was working on the name. How about Devin Peace? A big hit there. Nandi Brown.
That time trying to run a ISO play, and she bounced it to the outside, and Brown said, I think I'll step up.
Like, that's textbook.
This is New York's the first team that I've seen so far that's actually been able to get a handle on Peace.
Yeah.
But they've let Chavez run wild. So no matter what you do,
pick your poison.
Yeah, pick your poison as to what's going to happen.
Bottled up on that far side is Chavez. Not a whole lot available.
Still gets the first down. I mean that. All right, so if you're gonna take Peace away, Chavez is going to run the ball and make you pay. I mean, this is just a quarterback sweep, is what this amounts to. And she gets out there and starts the old spin of Rooney and
picks up 9.
Picks up 9. Oh, they didn't give her the first down. She wasn't too far off. Well, if they come under center, what do you think the fullback might carry it here? Just projecting as a possibility. And they're under center, and Payne's at fullback.
She is. And they'll give it off to Payne, but Payne will fall forward, and I think she just might got. No, she's going to be about a football shy of it off of that spot.
Wow. I think this is going to be the tush push.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Oh, yeah. There's the push to the 20. Fresh set of downs for Pittsburgh.
I don't know what they're calling it now. Is that what they're still calling it?
Yep.
Tush push?
And they
and it's still legal.
Yeah, made it legal again for this coming NFL season. I say, why not? Stop it. I mean, you know it's coming.
Got to get leverage. You got to get low to get underneath them. And if the line gets the leverage on the offensive side, you're going to get some yards out of it.
Motion right to left. For Dillo. They go off the left side. Malarski trying to pick up some yardage. Will be able to karaoke her way over the sideline there for 2 maybe.
I think that was Peace, maybe?
No, it was 22.
It was?
It'll get you.
I cannot tell the difference.
It's tough.
It is. And you were making fun of my eyes. Thanks. I'll remember that, partner.
I don't know that my report card from my eye doctor is going to be much better. So I think I could still see the big E. That's about it. Second down at 8. Peace. Getting a block to the outside. Peace. Down to the 5.
And she just did that's an outstanding run by Devin Peace. She makes people miss. She gets to the she's got great blocking at the edge. Now she makes this person miss, fakes her out. And now you look at those blocks at the edge. That's the wide receivers doing the job out there, and the tight end getting out and just opening the play up. You can't do it by yourself. You got to have help, and she's getting the help out there.
9:25 to play in the ball game. Chavez calls her own number. There's a flag down as Chavez is into the end zone for the 4th time, but it will not stand.
They're going to get Payne for a hold. Somebody got into the backfield, and she didn't have to. She just grabbed the jersey a little bit. If we see the replay, you're going to see the grab on the jersey. And anytime you see that, you know it's coming. So watch the fullback. And there it is, right there.
Yep.
That's
a nice looking circle. Well done then.
Yeah, I couldn't draw a circle that good. I still haven't figured out how to do this thing up here yet. I'm old school. I can make the sound effects. I just can't do the telestrator.
Play action. Chavez with immediate pressure throws a jump ball, and Meister climbs the ladder and brings it down.
That was a great play by Meister. Just ran a curl, and Chavez, under a lot of pressure, has to get rid of the ball quickly, and does. And that's a great catch by Meister.
Chavez runs the play in here on 2nd down and goal. Coming up on the 8-minute mark here in the 4th. 37-6. Malarski in motion. Chavez rolls that way. She will throw that way, and she will score that way. It's Ellie Malarski hauling in a touchdown pass for Pittsburgh.
Just a roll left and an out pattern by Malarski, wide open, and she touched the ball. Again, rolling left is not easy to do. Yes, she comes out here and you watch. She's going to square her shoulder. She gets her shoulder squared around, drops the ball off. If you don't square the shoulders up, you can't make that play. That comes from a lot of repetition is what does that. Now we got everybody on.
Johnson's kick is good. 7:53 to play here from Cupples Stadium, and it's been a while to be at Cupples, but it's the same result. All Pittsburgh over New York.
It's taken them a while.
Supportive.
Grateful.
Inspiring.
Connected. Integrated.
Community. Communication.
Great.
Fun.
Meaningful.
Inclusive. Dedication.
Professional. Care.
Opportunities. Excellent. Passionate.
Family.
Family. Awesome.
Fourth quarter action here from George K. Cupples Stadium on Pittsburgh's south side. Fourth quarter action brought to you by McGee Women's Research Institute and Foundation. Proud partner of the Pittsburgh Passion. Together we are changing the way the world treats women on and off the field. Pittsburgh sending it back the way of the Wolves, and Wolves having some issues tracking that one down. Breaking a couple tackles and then just shy of the 20-yard line. So a lot to do a little on the return there for Brown. But
hey, anytime you can get them back inside the 20 after a kickoff, you're doing all right.
Yeah, Brown struggled. It was like trying to get a ping pong ball. Have you ever played ping pong in the basement and that ball's bouncing all over the place? Trying to grab it.
They're going to spot it at the 19, so.
Shotgun formation. Ayala throws. It's in and out of the hands. Almost picked. Incomplete. Madison Miller.
And somebody hit Ayala right as she released the ball. Great pressure coming on here. That should have been a pick six.
That was actually Tazda.
That would have been her third, right?
It would have been her third. Ayala will throw and undershoot her intended receiver there. Incomplete. DeSico in coverage. You know, we had our Mother's Day celebration last broadcast, but it hadn't been Mother's Day yet, so happy belated Mother's Day to all the moms out there, especially the mothers that are putting the pads on and between the white lines tonight. Ayala going to throw it long, and there's the interception. It's Harris. Harris shrugs off a couple tacklers, and here comes Harris. Harris is looking for a third pick six of the season, and Harris is just shy of doing so. It's first and goal Pittsburgh with one defender to beat.
And that is her fourth interception. She leads the league in interceptions. That's her fourth. And it almost was her third touchdown, but is going to set it up for
She is going to be so frustrated when she watches this, though.
I mean, she did a great individual effort. You know, she did a perfect job of ball hawking it to begin with. Then she gets the ball, and she runs down, and they just get her.
She was fisting the field with frustration. First down and goal for Pittsburgh. Chavez hands it off. Oh, my. Immediately brought down. They handed it off to Kara Jackson, and Jackson got introduced pretty quickly to the New York front.
Yeah.
Nehemiah Outlaw.
Almost a clothesline tackle there.
That's an all-name team selection, though. Outlaw for a football player.
Yeah.
Play on defense.
Yeah. Can't beat that.
Some good ones.
Especially when you make plays like that.
Right, that's right. Second and goal. Chavez keeps. Chavez wants another, and she's got it. 4 rushing touchdowns for Marcelina Chavez.
And a passing touchdown, so she's accounted for 5 touchdowns in this game. And again, you can shut down Devin Peace, but you pay the price because Chavez has had a field day.
Marcelina Chavez, you said it, 5 touchdowns, 4 on the ground. And there's your 50, Lou. I know you like it when you can look up and see that 50.
2 in a row now.
Yes. Extra point through the pools by Cody Johnson. 51-6, Pittsburgh. Dominating performance on Pittsburgh's South Side. The finishing touches of this one when we come back on Sportsnet Pittsburgh.
Maya, can you come in here, please?
Already.
Yeah, Dad, what's up? Is that your brother on the TV?
Yeah, that's my brother. It looks like it's tonight's game.
But how can that be your brother? I have never missed a single game.
We couldn't go tonight. Remember, you broke your foot.
Right.
And that is 6 points.
Well, I don't know who's putting on this production, but without them, I'd be missing this.
Beautiful sunset over Pittsburgh's South Side.
I love those clouds. What a picture.
51-6. What a picture it is on the scoreboard as well.
Oh, yeah. And on the field.
Thompson on this return for New York.
She is
actually
tough
Brown
to
on the
bring
return.
down, yeah.
And she is a tough one to bring down. Down to the 41 or 42-yard line where New York will get back out there on offense.
I'm not going to tell New York how to coach, but if that's me, I'm going to find a way to get her the football. Just saying. And the Passion coaches have done an outstanding job tonight. They made the adjustments at halftime. A little slow in the first half, 21 points at halftime, but boy, have they come alive in the second half now. So the adjustments came to fruition, and it's been like a different game here in the second half, Matt.
Yeah, I think this is what we were expecting.
Yeah.
I mean, dominating both offense, defense, special teams. It's all working for Pittsburgh.
Had about 13 players out there. Better get a couple off.
Running more on, running some off.
That's sometimes
Jones gets the carry.
That happens late in the game when you're substituting, trying to get a lot of different people in.
Right.
I did see they were double covering Galena. Or Galena Gandlin. Double covering Allie Gandlin. Try and take her away. So then see if they do it again down here. They had two down here on this corner. Yep, they're going to double cover her again.
Pittsburgh Passion fans enjoying this one. Perfect night. We go back and Polnick with a level.
Ooh. Excuse me. That was a very nicely executed tackle. That's called bringing the wood. She finished the play off. And that sends a message in and of itself.
Third down. Call it 6 from the 46. Trying to stretch it to the far side boundary is Kia Foster, and that's all she'll do is stretch it.
And we have a new quarterback in, Matt. I don't know if you caught that. Number 13, Niameh Outlaw, is now in it. QB for the New York Wolves. I think she was the last play anyway. Yeah, there she is right up front of the huddle. So I can read the blue numbers on the white.
Yeah, we were just talking about Outlaw. Niameh Outlaw being all-name team. Now she's a quarterback. She'll look to throw. She'll put one, and it's intercepted. Picked off. Pittsburgh's got another, and down the far sideline, no one will catch her. It'll be a Pittsburgh Passion touchdown for Kiki Gatto.
We have a flag on the play, illegal substitution against Pittsburgh. I'm thinking they had 12 on the field. So negates the interception and the pick six.
Yep, that will negate.
I only count
the
11.
Touchdown.
Wow.
I don't know if we have another look at this. That's the interception. Just curious to see if there really were 11 out there or 12 out there.
They're going to go for it on fourth down now, Matt.
We got whistles here and a timeout by New York, so let's take a look here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That's what I see.
I had to put my glasses on, and I still see 11. Oh, well.
Well, one for the highlight tape for Gatto, but
unfortunately it will not count.
Yep. That's one that still makes the reel, though, right?
It can make the reel, yeah.
It still make her reel.
It will be talked about positively.
Yes.
In the game or in the film room as a highlight of the game, even though it did not count. It was still a nice play and a nice run.
Handoff to Jones, and the ball comes loose, and Pittsburgh pounces.
I think they're gonna call her down, or are they gonna give? Nope, they're gonna give it to the Passion.
And on the scene there is Nikki Hartman, recovers the fumble.
And she is on the body of the Passion player who forced the fumble. Can we go back on that just a bit? See who forced the fumble? That's 55. I think that's 55.
Yep.
This time I might have called it right. And it is Tiana Cash who caused the fumble and had her on her body when she caused the ball to pop loose.
And Nikki Hartman
is down now.
The Slippery Rock product who recovered the fumble is down right now for take a look at Lisa Horton talking to her offense, and we want to thank there's a New York player down.
Yep.
Want to thank our 2024 Passion sponsors. Thank you so much for supporting Pittsburgh Passion football, and we thank all of you and hope that Pittsburgh Passion fans support you.
And it's so important, the sponsors and the role that they play in supporting the team, because it's not a cheap sport. It's not. And when you talk about all the expenses that come up and are involved, and I know my wife played for the Passion for a long time here, and it can add up. So if you don't have dedicated sponsors that are willing to help you, it makes it tough. And very fortunate here in Pittsburgh. We've had great sponsors over the years, continue to have them now, and thanks to the sponsors for making it possible.
Really appreciate, especially the premier sponsors, Pam Health, Pittsburgh Aid, and Aid Nation, UPMC Sports Medicine. Really appreciate all of them. Welcome back inside our fancy new broadcast booth.
I feel it.
J-On Productions hooking it up.
What can you do?
I mean, this is as close to Al Michaels as I'll ever feel.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, seriously. I mean, we're in the booth. We got the logos in the background. We look sharp. We're smiling. We're happy. You told me I looked like an angry coach the last broadcast.
I will say the smile makes you younger, Lou.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I need to look younger. Great night for the Passion.
This has been fun.
They have just done an outstanding job. Slow start, 21 points in the first half. That went in at halftime. They made the adjustments they needed to do. Kudos to the coaching staff and to the players who listened to what the coaches had to say, and they made the adjustments, came out in the second half, and it has been total domination.
Yeah, when you take a look at the way that first half played out and then the Passion get the football, as we're going to take a look at some of the second half highlights to this point. Marcelina Chavez, she was the highlight in the first half. She picked up where she left off.
Oh, yeah. Accounting for 5 touchdowns. Now, there's Devin Peace going in there, but Chavez accounting for 5 touchdowns on 4 runs and 1 pass, and here's another one of her passes right there that got picked. That was a nice play by Gandlin.
But Pittsburgh got the ball right back the next play.
Yep.
A pick there that set the Wolves back. They ended up kicking the ball out of the back of the end zone for safety.
And unfortunately, they're carrying the New York player off the field.
And that's Jones.
Yeah, the one that was the ball
Maddie
carrier.
Jones, yep.
And here you see a pick by
this is Harris.
and a great run back. Almost got her third pick six of the season. She still has 4 interceptions now, leads the league in interceptions. Close, but no cigar. So Chavez takes it in. She said, you don't want to score, I'll take it in, and gets it.
That was her 4th rushing touchdown of the ball game.
Tack a passing touchdown with it. Counts for 5 scores, and this is 2 weeks, two games in a row, because we had a week off in between, but 2 games in a row of 50-plus points for the Pittsburgh Passion offense. So they've done a great job.
Handoff off the left side. The flag comes flying in, so we'll check the penalty.
See what the preliminary indication. It's going to be against New York, face mask. So it'll be a face mask call against the Wolves.
Penalty is marked off. There's all smiles from Teresa Kahn. Having fun down there on the sideline. Keeping is Sissy George in a quarterback. George trying to pick a few up there.
Getting some yardage. Passion substituting liberally now. So you see the replay. And George coming into the center. Got stopped, but didn't give up. Picked up a couple.
It'll be 2nd down and 10 here for Pittsburgh at the 33-yard line. Sissy George in a quarterback and will pitch left side. Kira Jackson strung out there. Hermine Christina Leo on the tackle.
Try to get that outside zone going with the pitch there, but not able to get the edge, and that's what stopped that play. But again, a lot of subs into the game. Now's the time when the players that maybe don't get a chance to see that much action get rewarded for the hard work they put in at practice and the dedication that they have. So it's a good time. It's good when you can get your subs in like this.
No doubt.
To make it worthwhile for them, too. Because everybody wants that chance on the field.
Third down, 12 for Pittsburgh. Showing blitz there. Sissy George didn't like what she sees. She spins out of it and then right back into some more trouble. As New York bringing pressure. Erica Moore on the tackle for the Wolves, and it's 4th down. And that should take us to the end of the ball game.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh doesn't need to snap another one.
And I don't think they're going to. Yeah, they're not going to snap it again. They're just going to let the clock run out.
Pittsburgh's going to move to 3-0 in the 2024 campaign. A big victory here tonight. (51-6). Pittsburgh takes down New York. And stays unbeaten in 2024. They will head to Tampa next week to take on the Inferno. And then a date with Columbus before matching up with the Boston Renegades back at home. going down to Susie Cool, who has a very special guest with her.
Thank you so much, Matt. And you hit the nail on the head. Very special guest. We all know the legendary Steeler, Franco Harris, while I'm joined by his wife, Dana, and his son, Doc. And he had a big part of what the Pittsburgh Passion do here in Pittsburgh. You know, so why continue to be a part of it and kind of live through his legacy?
First of all, because the girls deserve a chance, and they play their hearts out. You saw this game tonight was incredible. And Franco loved it. I mean, as much as he would tease, he was all about supporting women and what they want to do.
Mm-hmm. And your mom is right about that. Those girls left their hearts on the field tonight. You see the scoreline, 51-6. But what has been your favorite part about being part of this Pittsburgh Passion organization?
You know, I love bringing my friends out to the games, and I say, look, this isn't joke football. They hit hard, they run hard, and people are shocked, and they start coming to the games regularly now because it's fun football to watch.
Mm-hmm. Now, Doc, would you take on any of these girls out there?
You know, I actually have before. There is a commercial floating around somewhere where they knock me out pretty effectively.
Yeah. Dana, I wouldn't mess with you if you were out there. So.
Trust me, I do not want to be out there. They are playing for real.
Yes, they are.
And I'm just in awe. I mean, they're awesome.
Yes, they are. Well, Matt, Dana Harris, Doc Harris, again, the legendary Franco Harris's wife and son. We're back up to you guys.
Thanks so much, Susie, and thanks to Dana and Doc. You know what? We talked about Franco earlier in the broadcast, Lou, and it's just a carryover from Dana and Doc and what the way that they've done everything and that they're continuing to contribute to the passion.
It's part of Franco's legacy. It is, and
there's no doubt.
It's great. So, yeah, it's part of his legacy, and if you go to the website, you'll see the very front page is a picture of Franco on there with the team. And as I said, I got to interact with him as a coach, and he was always just a gentleman, first class, easy to work with, and had a great impact on the Pittsburgh Passion and brought some legitimacy to not just the organization but to women's football. When you have a Hall of Famer that's taking part in it, that makes a tremendous difference.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. And you know what, though? Dana is they say behind every great man, there's a great woman. Dana is that great woman. And she has been so much behind of that success and what he has done for the Pittsburgh Promise. We're standing in the Pittsburgh Public Schools, what Franco had done for that foundation and giving back and giving scholarships to Pittsburgh City League kids. It goes well beyond the game of women's football, his contributions, and we really appreciate
just the
Dana
city
and
of
Doc.
Pittsburgh. The contributions to the city of Pittsburgh.
And the contributions to women's football as a whole.
Right.
You know, A-Nation being a huge sponsor of the national championship, moving it to Canton, Ohio, hosting the W Bowl for many years here in Pittsburgh, being a big reason why Pittsburgh hosted the first ever women's national championship in an NFL stadium at Heinz Field at the time.
Yep.
All of those things are thanks to the Harrises, and we could talk for 2 more hours about
easily.
all of the contributions that happened. But Pittsburgh gets it done 51-6, and it was a beautifully executed ball game here tonight. And Pittsburgh gets it done. Lou, your final thoughts?
Just a great effort by the Pittsburgh Passion. Started slowly, made the adjustments at halftime, and came out and just dominated in the second half. And a lot of fun to watch it, a lot of fun to call it. Great working with you again, Matt. Had a tremendous time here. And those are my final thoughts. A lot of great memories here at Cupples Stadium.
And we made another one here tonight.
Yes,
Pittsburgh gets it done over the New York Wolves, 51-6. For Jake Ryan and our entire JRM production crew, for Lou Rude, I'm Matt Fargo saying thanks so much for watching this presentation of the Pittsburgh Passion. And the Passion get it done here tonight. They go on the road to Tampa next week, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks when the Passion hosts the defending champs, Boston Renegades. Until then, thanks so much for watching, and we'll talk to you next time watching Pittsburgh Passion Football on Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Good night, Pittsburgh.